Heyo, it's Teddy. So, after watching the last video, I realized doing my face makeup in every single tutorial is going to be very exhausting for you guys and for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do one tutorial about what I usually do for my face. It's going to basically cut down on the video time so that instead of 20-minute videos, it'll only be like 10 minutes or maybe 5 minutes depending on the tutorial. I'm just gonna do just the face. Let's get on to this tutorial. So first, whenever I start out, I make sure to prime my whole entire face using the Morphe Equalizer primer. After my face primer, I go in with the Morphe Translucent Eye Primer. So after I'm done with my eye primer, I then like to go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer into my nose because I like to fill all of the pores that are on my nose. To me, they're massive. I don't like whenever my foundation kind of beads up on my nose. Next, I use the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the color Nude. And I'm going to use the EcoTools Classic Foundation Brush. So I'm not going to go into the tops of my eyelids because I do have my eye primer already on. I'll be doing an eyeshadow look after this tutorial. I'm just going to kind of leave this space blank for right now. Normally, if I was just doing regular corrective makeup, I would go and do it, and then I would go back with a concealer over the area, but for right now, we're just gonna skip that part. Next, we're gonna go in with my Born This Way concealer in the shade Pearl. Then I apply my bronzer using the EcoTools blending and bronzing brush, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in the shade Saddle. Have fun!
Thank you. Let me see.
Next, I like to go in and blend using Next, I like to go in with a foundation brush. I use It's Love Is the Foundation brush. I just love the heart aesthetic of it and all the hearts that are all around it, and I just love it. It's such a great company in general. Next, I like to go in with my blush, and I use the Flower Power brush from EcoTools. The product that I like to use is the Revolution Blush Reloaded in the color Rose Kiss. Next, I like to go in with some setting powder. I use the Revolution Translucent setting powder. Any setting powder will do. I just get a little bit into the cap, and then I use a generic powder brush. You can use any powder brush. Honestly, use whatever brushes you have. Don't go out and buy extra brushes for no good reason. Now that you look like you've just had a great evening at the Ritz-Carlton's bathroom with the rich guys, you're gonna let this kind of sit. Usually at this point I would be doing my eye makeup, but because this is just a general face makeup, I'm not gonna be working on my eyes currently. But yeah, you just sit for about like a minute or two, or you can do your eye makeup at this point. Now that you've sat there and let your face bake for a little bit, you're gonna take your powder brush after you shake it out a little bit to get some of the excess powder. Some people like to try and save that powder and stuff like that, but I don't really care. Now that we're nice and dusted, we're gonna go in with some highlighter and highlight the important parts. I like to use the EcoTools Flower Detail brush. It's not actually meant for highlighter, but the thing about brushes is that you can use them however you see fit, and there's no rules to how to use a brush, and I fully live by that. Whatever brush works for whatever task you're trying to do and you're getting the results that you like, that is the brush that is for that job. This is actually meant more for blending, and I think it does a lot better at applying my highlight. For the look that I'm going to do today, I'm going for a more intense look, so I'm not going to use the highlighter that I normally use. I usually go in with this Revolution Pro HD contour kit, and I actually use this white color, but it doesn't really give the glow that I'm wanting for today's look. So I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit. I'm going to use the Luna and a little bit of the Eclipse. So after I'm done applying my highlighter, I like to take the same flower detail brush, kind of get some of the excess highlighter off of it using a paper towel or toilet paper, or you can also use, like, if you have a makeup eraser towel, or just a washcloth is fine too. And now we use that brush to blend. So that's what I do to kind of get ready for starting a makeup look. Depending on the look, I'll change it up a little bit. So like I might go heavier on bronzer, I might go lighter on bronzer, I might use a different highlight like I did today. Some looks I'll usually, if it's like a lot of fallout and I know that there's going to be a lot of fallout for the look, I will do the eye look first and then do the foundation. This is like the basics of what I do whenever I'm going in for like a glam sort of look. It's a nice full coverage sort of look. I mean, that's about it. Well, that's the tutorial. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the little bell notification so that you can see whenever I come out with my next tutorial. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, and also I made a Twitter to help keep you guys updated because some people don't like Instagram, they like Twitter. If you guys have any suggestions for future tutorials, be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. All feedback is greatly appreciated. Like I said, I'm starting, so I'm just learning how everything is done, and we're just figuring out the setup and everything like that, as we can already tell that this setup is a lot better than the last one. I want to make you guys happy with all the tutorials. I want to be real. I don't want to basically just be like selling you one product or anything like that. I just want to make like helpful tutorials that like you guys actually need, not just tutorials on how to do the biggest glitz glam cut crease, because you're never going to do that. I more want the channel to steer towards the direction of the person that doesn't know how to do makeup already, and how they can learn and how I can learn as well, because I'm still learning makeup and I want to learn with you guys. I get a lot of people that are like, I don't know how to put on eyeliner, I don't know how to put on eyelashes, I don't know how to blend or what I would need to blend, and those are the people that I really want to reach out to. I'd love to get into the great scheme of YouTube makeup artistry and stuff like that, but realistically, I feel that there aren't enough makeup tutorials that take into consideration the beginners, because all the makeup tutorials kind of already assume that you know what you're doing, and I want to make easy to follow tutorials for everyone. Well, that's it for today's tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one.